Live from St. Joseph and Buchanan County to Andrew, DeKalb, and Donovan counties, this is News Press Now, Morning Edition on Fox 26 KNPN.
Midtown residents rocked by the sound of gunfire last night. Police investigating another call of shots fired. Plus, new delays in the healthcare law. Changes are on the way. What you need to know if you've already enrolled, coming up. Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us on a Monday for the Morning Edition. I'm Greg Miller.
And I'm Christian Johansson. On this Monday, Martin Luther King Day, we have some cool temperatures outside. Good news, though, we don't have winds yet, but we're going to see some winds later on this afternoon. Let's take a look outside. Things were relatively calm last hour. Yep, flags still aren't moving out there, so that's some good news. Wind chills aren't a big factor. 21 outside right now, 22 in Halls, 37 in Trumbull, 30 in Avenue City, 29 in Empire Prairie, 32 in Maryville. So we have some pretty cool temperatures out there, but we're still above normal. We will see some above normal temperatures for today. Right now, winds are calm. I'm expecting winds to pick up 5 to 10 through the morning, and then maybe this afternoon somewhere around 10 to 15 miles per hour with some gusts up above 20 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, going to get a little windier. We have a front coming through. Big changes for tomorrow. We're probably going to lose 30 degrees for tomorrow, so be prepared for some cold temperatures.
It's still January.
Yes, it is.
All right, Christian, thanks a lot. We'll see you in a few minutes. Police are investigating another report of shots fired in Midtown St. Joseph. This happened last night. The PD was called out to 22nd and Pacific just before 6:30 after a resident there reported hearing those shots. Officers placed crime scene tape around a home in the 1900 block of South 22nd after police say several bullet holes were located on the outside and interior of the home. Police would not say if anyone was home at the time of the shooting, but says no injuries have been reported. Police are asking anyone with information to call the TIPS hotline 816-474-TIPS. Thick, dark smoke and flames fill the sky as a tire depot catches fire. Fire crews responding to a massive fire Saturday morning started with those tires. Crews say as many as 1,000 of them went up in flames. The tire fire burned over 3 hours, sending billowing smoke and flames into the air that could be seen for miles. Cause has not been determined and the investigation is ongoing. Hundreds turning out to watch the demolition of a 75-year-old bridge Sunday morning. The Rouleau Bridge connecting Nebraska and Missouri on Highway 159 was partially demolished yesterday. Construction on the new bridge started in August of 2010 but was delayed due to the flood of 2011. The new bridge officially opened to traffic in September of last year. Kristen Hoppe has more in this morning's News Press. Let's get a check of the forecast as we start off the work week, or at least last day of the holiday weekend, I guess, depending on what your work entails. Christian's in the Weather Center with that.
Thank you so much, Greg. Hey, we're talking about a little bit of a weak front making its way through the area. This has shifted our winds around here, and we're going to start to see winds out of the northwest. That's going to bring in some slightly cooler temperatures than what we saw yesterday, but still we're talking above normal temperatures out there. You see that? Yeah, another wind advisory. So we will see some of these winds move into our area. I don't think we're going to see much of a wind advisory, but it's going to get pretty gusty overnight tonight into tomorrow. Temperatures have cooled around the area here over the last few hours. 21 outside right now, 30 in Avenue City, 32 in Maryville, 28 in Falls City, 22 in Halls this morning. I think we're talking 50 later on this afternoon, so not too bad for the holiday, but we will see some changes. We're going to see increasing clouds around the area. We will see our winds pick up. This cold front will make an impact for tomorrow. I'm going to tell you how cold it's going to get coming up in about 10 minutes. Greg?
Christian, thanks. A new grant allowing many St. Joseph residents to get their animals fixed for free. The St. Joe Animal Control Rescue was awarded over $62,000 in grant funding from PetSmart charities to spay or neuter around 1,000 pets in the next 2 years. Anyone living in the city's 64501 zip code can take advantage of the grant funding. The area was chosen from a formula provided by PetSmart after it was determined that the zip code has the most intact animals per residence below the poverty level. To participate in the program, you can contact Animal Control and Rescue at 816-271-4877 to receive a voucher to take to the veterinarian. There's no limit to the number of pets you can get fixed. However, you will have to provide documentation proving you are a resident of that 64501 zip code. A group aiming to get St. Joseph to approve a smoking ban is withdrawing its petition to ban the practice indoors, at least sort of. Smoke-Free St. Joseph has agreed to withdraw the petition so it can change language concerning smoking in casinos. Dr. Jane Schwabe says the group will withdraw the original petition if the city council approves an amended version. The first edition of that petition stated the St. Joe Frontier Casino would go smoke-free if just one other casino in Jackson, Platte, or Clay counties did so. The amended version changes the wording to say all casinos in those counties, plus Johnson and Wyandotte counties in Kansas, would have to go smoke-free. It's all about a fair playing field and loss of gaming income. We'd like to hear your responses to the issue. You can weigh in online at newspressnow.com. More changes are on the way to the Affordable Care Act. Peter Ducey breaks down the latest delay to improving health care and how it's impacting the entire system.
The latest delay associated with the Affordable Care Act is to a provision that basically levels the playing field and requires business owners to offer the same benefits to people that push a broom they offer to employees with a seat in the boardroom. It's a provision that was supposed to kick in shortly after the ACA was signed into law in 2010, but it's been delayed until at least next year, the New York Times reports, because the IRS still hasn't figured out exactly who counts as highly compensated. Meanwhile, Republicans can't figure out why the White House keeps changing the law on its own.
And here, once again, we have an administration that one more time, without consulting Congress, without legislative changes, is altering their signature piece of legislation, Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act.
Here's how the Treasury Department explains the latest delay. Quote, under the Affordable Care Act, for the first time, all group health plans will be prohibited from offering coverage only to their highest paid employees. The departments of HHS, Labor, and the Treasury are working on rules that will implement this requirement of the ACA, taking into account public comments that were previously requested. Just 71 days from now, open enrollment ends, so people without coverage will face a fine. But the Wall Street Journal is reporting that most of the 2.2 million signups so far are simply enrolling because their other plans were canceled, and only 11% were uninsured before the ACA kicked in. In Washington, Peter Ducey, Fox News.
That enforcement delay is the latest in the long list of deadline extensions and exemptions to the controversial law by the Obama administration. Officials decided to review the existing non-discrimination rules and to rewrite the new rules for people and businesses that buy health care insurance on their own. The St. Joseph Symphony performing at Ashland United Methodist Church over the weekend. Members of the orchestra held a chamber music concert Sunday afternoon. The symphony plays at various churches throughout the community. Yesterday's concert was the second of a 5-part series. Music conductor Rico McNeila started this program 5 years ago when he became director of the symphony.
I think the audiences really like this. It's a nice addition and contrast to the full symphony. And it's considerably more intimate. You know, in the Missouri Theater, people rarely sit closer than, say, 30 feet, whereas here they're just right up with us, and they can get closer to the music and closer to the performers, and I think it adds a lot.
The chamber concert will take place February 16th at the First Christian Church at 10th and Fair, and tickets are available for purchase at stjosephsymphony.org. This is Martin Luther King Day, coming up, the observances and celebrations for the civil rights icon. And more news out from Chris Christie. Now criticism over withholding money for Superstorm Sandy relief. The morning edition this Monday continues in 60 seconds.
Good Monday morning. Some cool temperatures outside, hanging out at 21 degrees. We will see things warm today, but not as warm as yesterday, unfortunately. 33 by 9, 46 by noon, 50 possibly by 3 p.m. We're going to see some increase in clouds. We'll have a cold front make its way through the area, bringing some changes for tomorrow. For today, though, we're talking about above normal temperatures, cold and breezy for tomorrow. Very, very cold wind chills in the early morning hours. And then we're going to have a little taste again of some more Arctic air moving into the area on Thursday. I'll tell you how cold it's going to get coming up in about 5 minutes. Greg?
Christian, thanks a lot. Celebrations for Martin Luther King Jr. get underway today. Parades and speeches will be held nationwide in remembrance of the preacher turned civil rights visionary. King advocated civil disobedience to protest against legalized segregation throughout parts of the United States. He delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech in 1963, which drew more than 200,000 people to the National Mall in Washington, D.C. He was assassinated on April 4th of 1968. More troubles facing embattled New Jersey Governor Chris Christie this morning as a mayor accuses his office of withholding aid money after Superstorm Sandy. Hoboken Mayor Dawn Zimmer claims her town, which was severely impacted by Superstorm Sandy, was withheld relief aid after she refused to endorse a politically connected real estate venture. Zimmer says she met with federal prosecutors to discuss the matter and turned over documents. It comes as Christie's office is accused of orchestrating a 4-day closure of lanes in Fort Lee to the George Washington Bridge as retaliation for the town's mayor refusing to endorse him for re-election.
Sandy was really the go-to issue for him, right? It was the cause of his enormous surge in popularity, and now he can't use that as an ace in the hole. Now it's viewed with a jaundiced eye.
Governor Christie's office denies Zimmer's accusations. The suspect in Friday's high school shooting in Philadelphia has turned himself in. Accompanied by his lawyer, the juvenile suspect was taken into custody Saturday afternoon. He faces 2 counts of aggravated assault, among other charges. 2 students were shot in the arm during Friday's shooting in the gym at Delaware Valley Charter High School. Police cannot confirm if the student intended to injure his fellow classmates or if the gun was discharged accidentally.
You clearly can see that something took place. It was the discharge of a firearm. The individual responsible ran out of the building. We do have that person in custody. He is a student at the school.
The victim's injuries are not life-threatening. Investigators are still trying to figure out how many shots were actually fired. No shell was ever found at the scene, and police have not found the gun. The West Virginia company whose chemical spill contaminated water supplies has now filed for bankruptcy. Officials say one of Freedom Industries' chemical tanks leaked more than 7,000 gallons of a coal treatment chemical into the Elk River on January 9th. The chemical leak caused a state of emergency in 9 counties and temporarily prevented roughly 300,000 people from using their tap water. As of Friday, pregnant women were still being advised to avoid drinking the water. Freedom Industries Chapter 11 filing does not provide extensive details about that chemical leak. The exact cause is still under investigation. And across America this Monday, firefighters are working to contain that wildfire still burning near Glendora, California. The Colby fire has burned several homes in the area. Police arrested 3 men who were camping in the LA County foothills, accusing them of recklessly starting a fire. The men were tossing paper into a campfire when a gust of wind reportedly spread the embers that started the Colby fire. As of this morning, the fire was over 70% contained. Target may not be the only one vulnerable. An alert out now for all retailers over data storage. And the Denver Broncos, New England Patriots squaring off this weekend. Coming up, we recap the weekend's game and find out who you will see in Super Bowl 48.
We will see our winds pick up later on this afternoon. I think we'll see some above normal temperatures, but some much colder air moving in for tomorrow. I will tell you about that coming up next. Good Monday morning. A little bit of a weak front making its way through the area. We're going to see our winds change throughout the day today and start to increase a little bit, especially ahead of our next little front that's going to bring some colder temperatures for tomorrow. That's still a little farther to the north, but that's going to move into the area. We're going to see some decent temperatures for today until that front kind of comes through. And I think we're going to see our winds pick up later on this afternoon. So we could be talking about wind gusts over 20 miles per hour. And then they're going to get a little faster overnight tonight. And that's going to bring in some cold temperatures. Right now, not too bad. We have some above normal temperatures, but it is cold outside. 21 degrees right now. Winds are calm, so that's one nice little factor. But I'm expecting winds to pick up through the morning, probably 5 to 10 miles per hour, at least before noon. Then afternoon, we'll start to see those winds really increase. So we might be talking about some wind chills later on this afternoon. As this front gets closer to the area, I think we'll see some increasing winds into the area. We'll also see some increasing clouds. Now this front won't bring cool air immediately, but overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, we're talking about some very cold temperatures as you head out to work or school. Tomorrow, it's going to be very windy through the overnight hours as well, so it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Wind chills will be a huge factor, especially by early tomorrow morning. High pressure sliding through, so winds will die down a bit by tomorrow afternoon. They're going to shift a little bit, bring in some slightly warmer air for tomorrow, but you see this? Yeah. That is not a friendly little front right there. This is going to bring some much colder air into the area Wednesday into Thursday. Watch these. Yeah, see that? And some more Arctic air moving into the area here. Probably early Thursday morning into Thursday afternoon. So things are going to be a little uncomfortable Thursday morning. For today, though, I think we're talking 33 by 9, 46 by noon, 50 degrees by 3 p.m. Again, increasing clouds later this afternoon. We will also see some increasing winds along with it. 50 degrees for today, so not too bad. Above normal, not as nice as yesterday. We hit 60 degrees yesterday, which was not a record, believe it or not. We've had warmer temperatures in January. Increasing clouds, increasing winds. Could see some wind gusts this afternoon over 20 miles per hour. And then we're going to see things really get windy overnight tonight and very cold. 9 degrees by tomorrow morning. So we're talking single digits with wind gusts overnight, probably around 25 miles per hour. So wind chill will be -3 to -8 degrees by tomorrow morning when the kids head out to school. So tomorrow is one of those days where you're going to want to be prepared in the morning, especially into the afternoon. 20 for a high, partly cloudy and cold. Winds will calm by the afternoon, so that will be kind of nice, but still our temperatures will be pretty cold around the area. We're going to warm up ever so slightly on Wednesday, get to around freezing with some more windy conditions. Breezy and cold on Thursday. We could see 13 degrees in the afternoon on Thursday. That's at Arctic Air. I was telling you about 34 on Friday and windy, 42 on Saturday and windy. So I hope you like winds and or breezy conditions because they're going to be around here probably for the next 5 to 6 days at least. January always seems to be the windiest time of year around here.
Unfortunately. But you know, it's not below 0.
It's not bad.
And it's short-lived.
Yeah, it's going to get close to 0 on Thursday morning.
No, just take all the fun out of it then. I don't know.
I'm not trying to take the fun out. I'm just warning you.
Get the layers out again. All right, Christian, thanks a lot. The federal government has a Mayday call out to all retailers. Be on high alert for hackers. Renee Marsh explains.
Up to 110 million Target customers' personal information may have been compromised. As staggering as it is, it may only be the tip of the iceberg. The Department of Homeland Security this week warned retailers nationwide to be on high alert as they investigate what experts call the largest hack against retailers. And experts say the attacks are not over.
When we've seen these types of attacks before and they create their attack methods and all the associated tools, they don't just target 1 or 2 companies. They say, well, how many companies are susceptible to this? Let's go after all of them.
John Waters' company, Eyesight, is helping federal investigators analyze the sophisticated, malicious software that has infected credit card scanners.
What makes us unique is very well executed and orchestrated, get on a point-of-sale system, get access to the credit card information before it is encrypted, get that information out of your environment without being detected.
And for that reason, many retailers may not even know their credit card scanners are infected. Eyesight says part of the code they named Kartoffel was written in Russian, suggesting whoever wrote it speaks the language. Cybersecurity consultant David Kennedy says it has all the signs of the Russian mob.
Russia's organized crime market is the largest even in the Eastern European areas. I mean, it's the largest market that they have there because they have a lot of the advanced technology. They have a lot of extremely intelligent people working in the black market, and it's a very profitable area for them.
Now, as Renee Marsh reporting in other news, Taco Bell expanding its drink menu. The fast food giant selling 6 new soft drinks to customers. They include Yumberry Pomegranate, Mountain Dew Sangria Blast, and Baja Blast. Officials say it's part of the company's overall plan to double its business over the next decade. There are nearly 6,000 Taco Bells across the country, and they serve nearly 40 million customers on a weekly basis. Stay with us. Sports is next. In what could be the final postseason matchup between Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. In the second quarter, Denver out front 3-0. First and goal, Peyton Manning rolling out, hits his tight end Jacob Tamme for the 1-yard touchdown. Denver out front 10-0. Third quarter, Broncos leading 13-3 when Manning connects with Demaryius Thomas for the 3-yard touchdown. Denver leading 20-3. 4th and 2, the Patriots decide to go for it. Instead of kicking the field goal, Tom Brady is sacked, and the Broncos drop to the Patriots. Your final, Denver 26, New England 16. The other big game yesterday, Seahawks famed 12th man getting pumped up before the game. In the third quarter, Niners leading 10-3. Marshawn Lynch takes a handoff up the middle for Seattle, breaks a couple of tackles, and scores the 40-yard touchdown. We're tied at 10. Same quarter, and the Niners will answer back. Colin Kaepernick avoids the sack and finds Anquan Bolden for the middle for the touchdown and the lead. San Francisco leading 17-10. Then going for it on 4th and 7, Russell Wilson fires into the end zone to Jermaine Kearse for the score. Seahawks take the lead 20-17. Last chance for the Niners. Colin Kaepernick throws into the end zone for Michael Crabtree, but Richard Sherman tips the ball to Malcolm Smith for the interception, and the Seahawks win the NFC 23-17. Seattle will head to the Super Bowl to face the Broncos, and you can, of course, catch that game, all the action from Super Bowl 48 right here on Fox 26 KNPN. Pregame gets underway and kickoff set for 5:25 on Sunday, February 2nd.
Should be a good game seeing the 2 #1 seeds make it to the Super Bowl. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting. Really good offense, really good defense. Who's going to win the game?
We'll find out
in 2 weeks.
Here.
Yeah.
All right, we're ready.
And hopefully it doesn't snow and they don't get delayed or anything.
Well, we've been talking about that. They've got contingency plans in place with snowplows, possibly changing the date of the game. Could you imagine if they had that on a Monday night? How dead we're going to be that next
Tuesday?
morning. Yeah. Well, we're going to be dead on Monday morning.
A lot of people calling
we're going
in
to be dead
sick.
on Monday morning too, so it doesn't really matter that part. But
there'd be so many people calling in sick on Tuesday.
It is. It is the highest. It is the highest day for people calling in sick.
I bet. Hey, let's take a look at the next 7 days here. We are talking about some above normal temperatures for today. Things aren't going to get bad, 50 degrees, but cold front coming through this afternoon. Winds will increase. We're talking 24 tomorrow. Tomorrow morning will be very, very cold in the morning with wind chills. 32, so a slight warm up on Wednesday. Then it's going to get even colder for Thursday with some very cold temperatures, some more Arctic air pushing into the area. And not seeing anything getting close to 0, but I don't think we're going to make any of those minus digits. So that's a little bit of good news here. 34 on Friday, 42 on Saturday. Might cool down again on Sunday, but the winds will stick around probably around the area here for the next few days. So
get ready.
Yeah.
All right, well, the sky's turning black over one part of Missouri. A tire depot catches fire. This morning, investigators tried to figure out how it even started. Plus, another shots fired call in Midtown St. Joseph last night. Police also trying to find clues in this case. We've got the latest news coming up in our next half hour. The morning edition continues in 90 seconds.